you can see one of my lights, and that's about halfway in. I'm pretty far back here right now. My dad had to go get some fresh air. Again, we're at almost 8,000 feet here too, so the oxygen just outside is already lower. But when we get into this mine, it gets quite a bit lower. I'm definitely interested in that mineralization right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut the camera off, at least for a few minutes, and figure out where I can try and pull some mineralization out of here, and then I'll get back to you guys. It's kind of eerie back in these mines, especially when you're alone. My dad, I think he's gone all the way out the portal, so it's eerie. It's cold. There's a lot of history and a lot of rodent crap. So let's do some chipping and see what we can find. I'll come back to you guys shortly. Thanks, guys. Alright guys, so I got some tools. I'm in one of the back sections of the mine, but I set up closer to the portal where I found some better mineralization. I've kicked up a lot of dust in here, so it's kind of hard to breathe. But this is where I'm set up right now, and you can see right in that pocket there some mineralization. So I'm trying to knock it out, and then I got this can that most of it should drop into. So I'm gonna kind of try and see if I can find somewhere to set you guys so you can actually see what's going on. I kind of work this here. I don't know. My dad got a little claustrophobic, so he's decided I think he's going to stay out of the mine. Me, I love being in here. Not sure if you guys are getting a view there or not. God, kind of hard to set you guys up in here. Let's see. Well, maybe that'll do it there. Let's see if I can see the back of the camera here. Yeah, it looks like you guys can kind of see what's going on here. So, get that light pointed up a little more towards where we're working there. That looks about good. And then we're just going to start chipping away, folks. That's hard rock mining for you. And go for as much of this mineralization zone as we can here. You can hear most of it dropping down into that can. That's why I always bring a little can, because it's really hard to get something in there to collect it, but if you have a small can and you can angle it right, it tends to fall right down where you want it to. Sorry if it's loud, guys. I know it's echoey in here. And then this is some really hard rock. So trying to attack it in as many different ways as I can here. There we go, we're starting to get some breakage there, and hopefully get back further into the vein. It was really cold when I got in here, but I'll tell you, it's heating up quick. Oh, there we go. I don't want to lose this stuff right here because this looks like really good stuff. Although I know I just dropped something on the floor. I also don't want to be picking up any rodent crap thinking that it's stuff I want to work. So hopefully we don't run out of time on the camera here. So it's definitely collecting in our can here. You can even kind of hammer the edge of your can down or bend it a little to get the best angle you can possibly get. And boy, I can hear that thunder just whipping outside. Just absolutely whipping. Definitely having some light troubles here. And always wear a hard hat, guys, if you're coming into something like this. Always have somebody know that you're in there, at least outside of the mine. I don't recommend doing stuff like this alone. It's just not a good idea. Oh, that's what we didn't want to happen. I pretty much just spilled everything that I just worked for. And it's sitting in a pile of rodent crap. So I don't think I'm going to go after it, unfortunately. Son of a gun. Because that was a good piece. That was a real good piece of mineralization. That's a real bummer. Trying to get our lights set back up here. Dang it, man. That's a bummer, guys. This is the mineralization I'm working, but a big, just beautiful chunk just came flying out of there and knocked the collection can that I'd been working. I should have emptied it into the bucket I have much sooner, and I didn't. So, I mean, I guess that kind of is what it is. So we'll do a little more here. See what we can get. That's really kind of a bummer. But such is life, I guess. We'll get back to it. Try and pull some more out of here. And then be smart about it this time and get it right into the bucket. So there we go, right into the bucket. And get the light back on here. Collect a little more. I would say hard rock mining is quite a bit more difficult than placer. But sometimes it can be well worth it. I mean, a lot of times you'll get good nuggets locked up in this mineralization, and if you can get it out of there, well, that's good stuff. Back it this way here now and see if I can get this big chunk out of here. There we go. That's what I wanted. So I think now would be an appropriate time to probably dump what we got into the bucket before we lose it here again. Definitely some great looking mineralization in that. And I mean, I'm just seeing better and better color in the mineralization here as I go. So I tell you, with that thunder going outside, though, it makes you nervous because it can sound a lot like a cave-in. So I mean, there is a lot of thunder out there today. Curious to see if we get anything out of here, and if it'll be worth coming back and working at some point, working it even harder. Like I said, this not a big fan of this rodent crap in here, but kind of is what it is. It's a nice piece of quartz here, mixed with some limonite that I'm going for, but it's in a real tough area to get to. So I don't know how much of it I'll actually be able to get. Whew. Boy, it sure gives you a feel for what the old timers went through back in the day. I'll tell you that much. Those guys were my heroes. They were hard-working individuals. And sometimes they came out poorer than when they had gone in, and a lot of guys lost their lives. Some guys couldn't even make it back to their families that they would leave on the East Coast, coming here to chase gold. And wow, look at that nice piece, guys. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but that's a real nice piece. Real nice piece. But it didn't fall somewhere other than where I wanted it to fall. Yeah, this quartz is just getting better and better back here. I don't know if this mine's seen this much noise since back in the 1800s when the guys were working it. Trying to collect as much of this dust as I can, because I mean, we even want all the micro gold if there's any in there as well. I think I might have chipped out the most significant part of that mineralization and what we wanted out of there. So, definitely interested to see what came out of this. We've definitely chipped out some good stuff.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, okay.
Whew.
Yeah. Chipping away?
Yeah, like a madman. I got a lot of good looking rock though.
Yeah. That extra light helping?
Yeah, a little bit. So back in the day, guys, what they do when they were doing this is they'd hand drill it.
Yeah.
And they had a circular tool.
Right.
And it was called jack screwing.
Right.
There was single jack screwing and double jack screwing. Single jack screwing, the guy would do what I'm doing, except he would twist his round tool
Right.
as he went. I'm using a cat's paw, so I don't have that option. Double jacking would have one guy holding the jack
Right.
and spinning it, while the other guy would be hitting it with a sledge. Sorry, some of that's for the video too.
Yeah.
I got the camera right here so they can see what's going on. And this is why I said you guys always want to have a small can, because there's no way I would have set that bucket up in there and everything would have just fallen to the floor. And there's so much rodent crap down there, I never even would have found what it is I actually dug out. So always take a small can with you if you're going to do lode mining, and try and get it as close as you can up under where your fall is going to be. And you can see most of the stuff I'm getting is going right into that can. We've chipped out about an inch now, and you can see that the mineralization from that is actually starting to disappear now. So although there's a nice big chunk of limonite right in the middle there, if you guys can see that chunk of limonite, this is all quartz right here, and you can see that quartz. So if I can get this section from this section here to still come out of there, then I think we got some good material. And then this is what we got in the bucket so far that I've dug out. And this will be great to sample to see if it'll be worth coming back and maybe purchasing a microblast cap set. And if you guys aren't familiar with those, they're really cool. They're really quiet, but they're really powerful, and they will actually blow a lot of this rock out of here. And what you do then is you put a tarp down, you set your caps, you drill them with a 1/4 inch drill, and then you go out of the tunnel here, and you set them off. They're super quiet. They don't do a whole lot of damage. They just do enough to break out that part that you're having to hammer, so that you're not killing yourself. And this is the limonite that I really want right here, but it's going to be really hard to get out.
Should have my handheld sledgehammer.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I was going to grab it too. I don't know if I did. Maybe I did.
You know, this mine probably hasn't seen activity like this since the 1800s.
You think?
Not as hard as I'm working this. I could see a couple people have chipped here and there,
Yeah.
but I've taken this whole part out.
Oh, okay.
Boy, just think over 100 years ago, this was just full of noise like this. Full of guys doing this. Right here in this same spot, 150 years ago. Doing exactly what I'm doing. Oh, that was a nice chunk.
It went right into the can, right?
Yep, that's why I do that. Whenever you guys get a big chunk like that and the can starts to fill up, dump it in the bucket you bring with you. So if something knocks your can over and you know you were on a good piece, you're not going to lose that piece down in the ground soil. That just chipped me away to a beautiful piece of quartz with limonite in it. Oh yeah, this is some beautiful stuff back here, guys. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And it's all falling right in the can. So a lot of it gathered up here. We'll knock it down into the can. I mean, the further back I go, the better this quartz seems to be getting. I mean, look at that beautiful, beautiful quartz right there. I mean, that's almost see-through. That's beautiful quartz. And that's fresh quartz, guys. So that means that there's still gold coming out of solution here since this mine was worked back in the 1800s. Come on, can. So I'll take one last look up in there, see how much more I think I'm going to pull out of here. I'm not going to work too much, but I definitely don't want to leave something that, I mean, yeah, man, that vein just keeps getting better as you go back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's turned into real beautiful green quartz. When you start to see those green tones, guys, those are copper sulfides. So when the copper sulfides is dropping out of solution with the limonite and the quartz, then you're definitely about as close to the gold as you're going to get if you're not already on it. So that I definitely don't want to walk away from. Boom, right in the can. So remember that can trick, guys. I mean, this is about as mineralized as you can get. You got quartz, you got limonite, you got greens in there.
There must be somebody been trying to get to that vein.
They probably
got that indentation right here.
Well, this was blown out with dynamite in the 1800s.
Yeah, oh, okay.
They were going after it.
Yeah.
But they probably saw something more worthwhile
Going
that way, because generally speaking, this is a small vein.
Yeah.
So if they were going to work it, they were going to go for the big. But, and again, like I said, they may have gotten what was here at the time, but as time goes on, gold will continue to drop out of that solution from that vein where it's coming from the lode. And the lode vein probably continues all the way up through here, or it's at a 45 in here and goes up into the mountain face. So over time, it just continues to drop out of solution. And as you do that, it kind of replenishes itself. So, you know, people say, oh, old abandoned mines are cleaned out. They're not. They're not cleaned out. The gold continues to drop out of solution.
Can never be cleaned out completely.
And plus the technology we're talking about nowadays that we have versus what they had. So now some nice good rocks right here. They're sitting on some rodent dump too, so kind of don't really want to take that with me. Some of my tailings have gone down here. And you want to sweep up as much of this stuff as you can too, because this dust contains microgold. And if you got a microgold separator like a blue bucket or a blue bowl, or you got one of the spiral systems, you can recover that fine gold. And fine gold, despite what some people say, is worth it. It adds up Gold is 19 times heavier than water, guys, so even microfine gold, if you continue to save it up, will add up. There we go. Knocking this out is going to get me much closer to that quartz that I'm after. Oh yeah, and it's popping right out. Oh, it dropped to the floor. Right on some rodent dung here.
Yeah, wash your hands when we get back to the campsite.
There's definitely some pieces I
Keep your hands away from your mouth too.
don't want to lose though. Alright, we can. Oh yeah, look at that mineralization in that. Woo. You got quartz on one side, perfect limonite on the other, and a strip of magnetite. Don't get much better than that, folks. And you got some greens in there, the copper sulfides. I would be absolutely surprised if I didn't recover any gold out of this, even if it's just small amounts. I would be absolutely surprised because every indication of gold is right here. I just want to knock this part out of here, and that'll give me a good enough indication
What's in there?
if there's gold here and it's worth really coming back and putting some effort in. 'Cause if it's not, then you don't want to do it. I mean, lode mining is hard, guys. It's much harder than placer mining. It's much more tiring. The air in here is really stagnant. When you start breaking up this dust.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna crawl out again. I'm gonna take your meter with you.
What's that?
Want me to take the meter with me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I just got to get this last little bit out of here.
Yeah.
I can't leave that. Alright guys, so I don't know how much more video I have left on the card right now. So I'm going to let you take one last look at all that mineralization in there. And that's what you're looking for. That's what you're going for. So as always, get out there, go get it. It's there, folks. Go get it. Check in, you guys, with you tomorrow when I'm actually on the placer claim, or maybe even at the campsite tonight. So take care and have fun. Get out there, have adventure. It's not about how much you find. It's about the process. I mean, look at where I'm at. I mean, this is incredible. How many people get to experience that if you don't go after it and get into it? All right, guys. Take care. Talk to you soon. It's Brandon. Go get a goal. Remember, click, rate, subscribe. 5,000 subscribers. I'm giving a good giveaway. You guys don't want to miss it. So pass the word, share the channel, subscribe, and let's get to that 5,000. And somebody's going to get something pretty awesome. So talk to you guys later. And yeah. Well, guys, that's the mine I just came out of. And you can see the weather's still pretty rough. So I'm done mining in there for the day. I mean, it wears you out. And breathing that dust just kills you. So we're gonna head back, set up camp for the night, cook up some steaks, have a nice evening, and then tomorrow we're gonna head up to my placer claim, and we'll work that for the day tomorrow. Pulled a lot of good material out of here. I'm interested in checking it out tonight. Here you guys can see relic piece back from back in the old 1800 days. Some sort of can. And this is the entrance to the portal. And then back there is just a gigantic pile of tailings. And there's some tailings over here which I found odd. So I'm almost thinking that there's another mine up above here. Unless they just cleared out above there and took it off to that side there just so they didn't seal up the mine again. But I'll check in with you guys from camp tonight. My dad's down at the truck already, so I'm gonna head down there and we're gonna get to camp and relax. So see you guys later.